All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders, bishops, and apostles of Great Millstone that do group well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, to the hopeful elect in 1/3, and Adawan Ratazah. This lesson will be edifying as well as exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bahashem Rachakwadash and Tawada Abanawa Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bahashem Rachakwadash for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. And as the title reads, there be three things that I hate. All right. And pretty much I was on a walk and was going to do a walk and talk, but I just felt in the spirit it would be better for me to go live and have the precepts lined up behind the, statements that I was making. So, Thawadiya Bashem El Shai, Bashem Rakakwadash for that. All right. And for anybody out there, yes, we are allowed to hate. Okay. For you, ignorant people, you humans. All right. You uneducated and misinformed populace. All right. You population of people have no idea what the truth is pertaining to the Bible. And ultimately, you should keep your mouth shut when it comes to your emotions and understanding when the true men of the Lord are speaking through the Holy Spirit. All right. But we understand why you're just a prophetic problem. But yeah, man. So we're allowed to hate. And I'm actually going to go into the scriptures and show an account. OK, we'll show in Ecclesiasticus. All right. That exact statement that I'm making. OK, is biblical. All right. Now, I was going to go down to verse 7. But I have to read verse 1 in Ecclesiastes 25 to justify my point. And I'll go even further, showing you how even King David spoke about hatred. The Most High speaks about hatred. Okay. And the three things that I hate are at the moment that I'm that comes to mind at the moment. All right. Is Esau, 2/3 in this flesh. So within this lesson, I'm going to be addressing my hatred for Edomites, my hatred for 2/3, and my ultimate hatred for this flesh and these chains of darkness that we are in right now. Okay. And if you got a problem with the hate, well, then take it up with the Lord. All right. Because I'll hate your ass too. Okay. I'm in a hateful spirit right now. All right. This is Ecclesiasticus 25:1. I'm thinking of like 5 precepts right now, but let me focus. Ecclesiastes 5:1. And 3 things I was beautified and stood up beautiful, both before Yahweh and men. In 3 things I was beautified. So in the scriptures, you have men that speak about things that they love and things that they hate. All right. The scriptures also speak about balance. There's a time of peace and a time for war. But anytime a Israelite man, okay, a masculine Israelite man starts speaking on things that he hates or problems that he wants to solve, you have the rest of the world that tries to quail it. They try to calm him down. They try to shut him up. But fucking Edomites can hate niggas, right? You know, we can be the most hated people on planet Earth. But the minute we start feeling or giving that same energy back, it's an issue. Okay. So there's a lot of problems that I hate that the Lord is getting ready to address. But look at what something he loves. It says the unity of brethren. I love that. The love of thy neighbor. That's a beautiful thing. A man and a wife that agree together. That's a beautiful thing. And another thing I hate, but it's no point to me to go in a lesson, is the way the women are right now. But that'll all be fixed. So we're not even that's just gonna get fixed like grass is green. We ain't worried about that. You women, you ain't on no level, man. You know, you got other men that may be pissed off and angry and focused their whole world around you. You're just a confused creature deprived of wisdom. Ain't nobody gonna stress that. And any of you women that come across this video and you got a problem with that, the Most High gonna destroy your ass too. Okay, because we're in a time of judgment, man. We're in a time where the Lord is gonna start judging things that he hates. He hates Edomites, he hates sinners, okay, and he hates this flesh too. All right. So we hate what the Lord hates. As a matter of fact, let's get that. Psalms 139 and Psalms 139 and 21. This is, let's make sure. All right, a Psalm of David, King David. Okay, Psalms 139 and 22. It says 21, do not I hate them, O Yahweh Bashim El Shai, that hate thee? See, so we hate who hates our power. All right, we hate who comes up against Yahweh Bashim El Shai. We hate Antichrist. Okay, we hate wickedness. We hate rebellion. All right, we hate false prophets. We hate false shepherds. All right, we hate loud mouth, nasty whore ass women. Okay, we hate fake ass, phony, wacky tacky Christians. All right. We hate you evil ass people. We hate you that justify the wicked. We hate you because you're an abomination to the Lord. Okay. It says, and am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee? Exactly. But they're just prophetic problems. I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them my enemies. See? All right. Enemies. All right. This is a Psalm of David. For you Christians out there that love to pull out your little bitch ass guitar and drum it, or string along with your cowboy hat and your stupid ass hymns, and you all sit there in this emotion and you sway back and forth. Yeah, we hate you too. All right. I hate you heathens. I hate 2/3. Hate, hate, hate. I'm in a hateful spirit. All right. That's how I feel right now. Okay. This is Sirach 25:7. Look at this. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that has joy of his children. And I hate the fact that we can't have joy of our children, but we understand because of the curses. But ain't nobody else hating that. Women ain't hating child support. Okay. Women ain't hating the fact that men can't see their children and they're terrible mothers and they raise them up to be sinful, ungodly children. Read Sirach 16. See, there's a lot of things that I hate, but I'm narrowing it down to 3. So I may jab at other few things that I hate. Okay. And it says, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. See? So a man has 9 things that he judged to make him happy. And one of them is to see the fall of his enemy. And immediately I pictured like a cinematic scene where there's a man looking off in the distance, but all you could see is his eyes looking, and you could see flame flickering in his pupils, you know, and just thinking about Babylon being destroyed. Now let's go into it, man. All right, let's start with Edom. You number 1 on the list, you demon, you prophetic problem. This is why we have perfect hatred, because you have other people that may hate Edomites for a certain personal situation, but not prophetically. Okay, we understand where this is coming from. And let's read it. Jeremiah 50:31. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud. See? All right, we hate a proud person. Look, let me show you that real quick. Look at this. Where is it? Look at this. Sirach 25:2. 3 sorts of men my soul hateth. See? So we're allowed to hate. Okay? We're allowed to hate. And I actually didn't even think about this scripture when it came to mind. 3 things I hate. So that proves that's the Holy Spirit. Okay? 3 sorts of men my soul hateth. And I agree. I am greatly offended at their life. I agree. A poor man that is proud, Esau. Okay, he may be carnally rich with the money that he created, but he ain't rich in wisdom. He ain't rich in faith. All right, he ain't rich with the Lord. He's rich carnally and temporally. It says a rich man that is a liar and an old adulterer that doteth. See that? And we hate that shit too. Okay, and I hate adulterers. All right, I hate adultery, man. That shit is evil, wicked, and base. But look, a poor man that is proud and a rich man that is a liar. Those are Edomites right there. Okay, so for you idiots out there, all right, in the world of so-called religion and faith and belief and all knowing of God, you have no idea what you're talking about. Why don't you go read John the 4th chapter? You're like that bitch at the well. Excuse me for saying that, but that's how I feel. You're like that uninformed heathen woman at the well. Okay. Trying to thinking that her heritage was with Jacob, and it ain't. Okay, and that's what these people have right now. All right, they believe that they're the chosen. They believe that we're just nothing. Okay, do you understand that? Do you understand that the world looks at us like we're just pieces of shit and we don't have a God and we're gonna amount to nothing, when that's far from the case? Okay, all right, especially us as Israelite men. All right, they got no problem with our women entering the building. But when it comes to that Israelite man, that masculine Israelite man that stands up, they're threatened by that. Okay, they're not threatened by women being empowered. They're threatened by us as Israelite men calling on our God on the street corners with the Bible, prophesizing through the Holy Spirit. That's when great fear fell upon them. It didn't fall. The great fear didn't fall upon them when you had black women with their fucking afros out with a black fist in the air. They weren't offended or afraid at that. They're offended and afraid at the fact that Judah is roused up, Reuben's roused up, Gad, Naphtali, and so on is roused up. Okay, that's what they're afraid at. All right. So any Israelite, which was going to lead me to my next hatred, is 2/3. Any Israelite that is being used to come against this, hey, the Lord is going to mangle your ass, man. Okay, you wicked ass women and you wicked ass men. Shalak Mashapatiyam on 2/3, man. All right. Jeremiah 50 and 31. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud. This is Esau. Okay, the most proud trying to fight against the most high. Okay, what's going to happen to the most proud versus the most high? All right, it says, saith the Lord, power of hosts, for thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. And they need to be visited, man. Okay, this world is not used to seeing Edomites be judged, but it's used to seeing us be hanged. It's used to us being cut and killed and arrested. It's no fucking problem to see us be put our hands behind our back, knee on our neck, and maced and carried off while our babies are crying in the street. Nobody gives a fuck about that, though. You know, nobody cares about. They don't lose their appetite over that. But seeing some fucking Edomite fall, you know, the whole world loses its mind. It reminds me of that scene in Joker when he was like, what's wrong with you people? You don't even know these three guys, the three Edomites that got taken out on the train. You know, he was basically he was marveling at the fact of the compassion that Edomites were having towards a fellow Edomite. So they're not ready to see the Lord open up on them. The Lord is about to open up on those silly, willy, white ass people, those so-called white people. Okay. The world is not ready to see Edomites be judged. The world is not ready to see the judgment of the Lord, man. And it's getting ready to happen. It says, and they're not ready to see, you know, the image of Edomites. I'm talking across the board, and I'm gonna be choice with my words here, okay? But across the board, they're not ready to see that, okay? They're not ready to see Captain America go down. Look at how Esau acted. Go watch the reactions when Thanos whooped Esau's ass just in a Marvel movie. You know, go watch that. I was in the theater when Captain America showed up. All the Edomites were fucking clapping, you know, their saggy ass triceps swinging back and forth, wee, and happy. And then when Thanos took their ass out, they was damn near crying, man. Okay, so they're not ready to lose, but they have no problem hooting and hollering when they win. You know, it says, verse 32, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. See, Esau, Edom is getting ready to be judged, man. All right, and we're gonna rejoice over his proud ass going down. Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thy heart has deceived thee. Okay, and then you got portions of our people that want to be hand in hand with this demon. You know, they want to be right next to him. They want to stick up for him. I remember about a year or two ago, we were outside in public. Okay, which we had the right to be, but through wisdom, we agreed with our adversary. But this Edomite woman came up to us extremely proud, trying to ask us what we're doing, this and all that. And it's like, what do you want us to move out in front of your establishment? We're not even thinking about your business. We don't give a shit about you or your business. Obviously, I didn't say that, you know, I'm applying wisdom. And behind her was this fucking nigga dog who just staring with a scrunched ass face, just ready to pounce on us like we just killed his fucking mother, man. Okay, so you nigga dog demons is going to go down with your master, man. All right, you want to lick the master's hand, you're going to go down with master too. This is, but back to Esau, then I'm going to get on Jake. Obadiah 1 and 3, the pride of thy heart has deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? This is how he thinks. Okay, he don't think he's going to be taken down. The most proud thinks that he can fight against the most high. Okay, look, though thou exalt thyself as an eagle And though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Exactly. So when he claimed to land on the moon in 1969, that's when also the prophecy of Elijah coming back, who we believe through faith is a man by the name of Abba Bivens. And we don't care if you don't believe. This isn't up for discussion. That's the problem here. You're so proud that you think that you can debate this. That's the problem, okay? You think that you can come here and debate what we're saying, which what you're actually showing subconsciously is that you that we're inferior to you, and you're coming to correct us as if you're all knowing. That's pride, okay? When you look at how Christians come up to Hebrew Israelites, that's pride, all right? And the Lord is going to take them down. And we're going to watch it. But not everyone is ready to see that level of judgment on Edomites. They're not ready because that covering cast has got you drunk. Fair skin, light blue eyes. You're completely drunk. You're carnally drunk with the outward appearance of the mark of Cain. Okay, that's the mark of Cain. All right. Let me get one more. This is Ezekiel 35 and 5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. So here it is. Jake loves Esau, but Esau hates Jacob. But then when we say the Most High loves Jacob and he hates Esau, that's wrong. But it ain't wrong for Esau to hate us. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's why this is it's a waste of time, and the Lord ain't dealing with you if you spend and occupy your time debating heathens. This is not for debate. We don't have to debate. Even Yahweh Shai pushed that woman. He didn't push her, but he shooed her away and said, go get one of your husbands, go get one of your husbands. I'm not here to deal with that. And the husbands were Jake's. Okay. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. So let this seep into your mind right now. When we go and read, let me get it real quick, man. I can go to Romans 9. Matter of fact, let's go to Romans 9 for you New Testament demons. Oh, that's the Old Testament. Shut the hell up. I told you I woke up in a hateful spirit today. Look at this. As it is written, where is it written? In Malachi. Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. But Esau can hate Jacob, but Jacob can't hate Esau. But then the Lord don't hate Esau, and now he kind of loves. Shut the hell up, man. Okay, it's okay for Esau to hate us, but we can't have a perfect hatred for him. You see the hypocrisy that we're surrounded by, okay? And the Lord is getting ready to fix all that, man. All right? It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, and the time that their calamity had an end. See, Esau is guilty. Okay, he is guilty. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. See, the Babylon Edomites are not ready to see Esau be judged the way they've been judging niggas. Okay, they ain't ready to see Edomites get judged how they judge niggas. What that Edomite say? You're treating me like a black person. Let me look that up real quick. You're treating me like a black person, piece of shit. All right, let's go to that real quick. He was shouting, why are you treating me like a effing black person? See? You see? Look at this. Okay, so this is them reacting. This is a lost ass fucking jelly bean head nigga. All right, this bean pie nigga is fucking lost, which leads me to my next point, 2/3, because he's a Christian. Okay, he's a happy-go-lucky, I love white people, white Santa, white Jesus, white light Christian. Okay, and then this Edomite, all right, who's been the model face of Christianity, gets to walk around and be a complete nigga, and then he gets a pass because he's an Edomite. But when Jake acts like that, come on, y'all, we got to do better. He said, you're fucking treating me like a black person. So what does that tell you? They know, the scriptures say, even the heathen know we went into captivity. I think that's Ezekiel 39. Let me look that up real quick too. Let me go right here. The heathen, right here. Look at that. I think it's, Ezekiel 39. What we say right here. So they fucking know. All right. If you got a problem with my language, you ain't ready for Jacob's trouble. I'm expressing myself through the scriptures. Ezekiel 39 and 23. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity, because they transgressed against me. Therefore I hid my face from them and gave them into the hand of their enemies. So fell they all by the sword. See? Okay, the heathen know. That's why he said, you're treating me like a fucking black person. You're treating me like I'm a nigger. See? So they know how Jake's being treated. They know that we're getting that short end of the stick. I don't know what the fuck that is. They know what's going on with us, okay? They know that, all right? See? White man, Edomite man, pink man. That nigga's pink. Pink man screaming, you're treating me like a fucking black person. See? They're not ready when that judgment comes down on them. They ain't ready for when that judgment comes down on them. I don't know what the hell that is. Let's get back to edification. Oh, yeah, I was reading that. We finished that. Let's go. Now we're about to jump into 2/3. Ezekiel 35, pursue thee. Let's go to 7. It says, thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate. The world is not ready to see Babylon get beat like Babylon beat so-called black and brown people. They're not ready to see that. These heathens aren't ready for the curses to be thrown on them. Okay. They're not ready for their woman to act crazy, heat up hot grits and throw it on their man while he's sleeping. But that's the shit we got to deal with. And that's supposed to be our fucking culture. Okay, which leads me now to get on 2/3. Like you got Jakes that'll be laughing at the wicked, wild, banshee spirit of the black woman, like that's acceptable and okay. You know, no other nation's women act like they do to their men the way Eve acts like she does towards us, and that's some bullshit, man. All right, who will rise up for me against the workers of iniquity? Eve is a fucking worker of iniquity. Niggers are workers of iniquity, and they all work for Esau, and he's the biggest worker of iniquity. That's why it says, thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate and cut off from it him that passes out and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountain with the slain of men. In thy hills and in thy valleys and all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. Good. And when Esau's destroyed, niggas are destroyed. Because when Esau goes down, niggas go down. Because it says Jake is going to be wicked until the cities be wasted. And what cities? The cities of Basra, the cities that Esau is capitalizing in. Okay. So we need Babylon to go down. So 2/3 go down with them. This is Jeremiah 9:4. This is the second thing that I hate in my heart outside of Esau, Edom in the flesh. 3 things that I hate are Edomites, 2/3 niggas in the flesh. All right. Not Jeremiah 9:4. Take ye heed every one of his neighbor and trust ye not any brother. You can't even trust Jake. You can't trust niggas. They're wicked. They're evil. And especially Eve. That's a proud ass bitch that walks around like she's a gender first before a nation. That's one thing I notice about the so-called black and brown women. Dumb bitches are a gender before a nation. They don't give a fuck about their nation. So fuck the black woman. All right. Piece of shit. All right. Murdering our children, using Esau's government against us. That's a fucking #1 enemy from within, man. And if you got a problem with it because your ass got demons on you, the nigger woman is a #1 enemy from within. She's the fucking head of 2/3, man. Okay. And then you got dumb, bald niggas that are backing her. All right. Take ye heed to every one of his neighbor. Trust ye not in any brother. Yeah. And then what the fuck is up with you niggas learning you're an Israelite and then still completely being worthy, walking around with these long ass fringes on and this high top fucking fade with your stupid ass crisscross dreads. This is some bullshit, man. This is completely wicked. You know, it says hate evil and love good, not fucking hate evil, man. All right. There's already enough we got to deal with prophesizing against the global elites, satanic rituals and wickedness in high places. And then when we look down on ground level, it's fucking niggas shooting dice with bullet holes. God damn, man. And then proud ass fucking pink skinned Edomites driving by in their police vehicles like they're here to fucking bring justice through Captain America. All you people need to shut the fuck up, man. You losers. It says every brother will utterly supplant, man. Steal from you. I remember in the world, these fucking Jakes I let in thinking, you know, we cool. Then they waited till I went to work and fucking robbed me, man. Robbed me out of my own fucking home, okay? That's the level of wickedness that Jake is in right now because of the curses. Ain't that some bullshit, man? You get a woman, the bitch gets popped by everybody, then tells you she loves you so you can fucking take care of the baby. Ain't that some bullshit? And then Esau capitalizes, you are the father. You're not the father. Ain't that some bullshit, man? These people love seeing us in curses. It's an entertainment to them. And they love letting Eve run wild, man. Eve is about to get fucking put down in the street like she deserves. And 2/3 with her. And every neighbor will walk with slander. See? 2/3, man. You can't trust them. because it brings me my next point. When I was reading in the Josephus, you had Israelites that went, even though it was prophecy, according to Daniel, the 11th chapter, the abomination and make it desolate and take away the sacrifice, because Daniel 9 is going into the abomination that of desolation, fulfilling the prophecy that happened of 70 AD. But Daniel 11 is going into the Greek Empire. Daniel 9 is going into the Roman Empire. So when you go into history, even Jake went to the Greeks, Antiochus IV, and was telling them, oh, they're rebelling, they're doing this. That's why he came down the way he did. And then in the time of Yahushai, why do you think Pontius Pilate called Yahushai a king? Because the fucking wicked 2/3 Nigalites, they lied and said that Yahushai basically was proclaimed to be king, even though he is our king. But at that time, he was there to be the sacrifice. But they said the reason why they said that Yahushai was the king, because to the Roman Empire, that was a threat basically of war and rebellion against the Roman Empire. That's why later Jake said, we have no king but Caesar, you demons. But it was prophecy. Prophetic problems lead to prophetic truth, prophecy being fulfilled. But that's why they said that. So my point, what I'm getting at is, Jake will go to Esau for us to get judged. Jake will go to Esau for Esau to murder Jake's own people, man. Why do you think Eve cleaves to the government? Why do you think Eve cleaves to the serpent? That bitch loves the serpent coiling around her, and she don't give a shit that serpent is biting and killing her own people, man. That bitch will get popped by an Edomite that just came home from murdering her own fucking people, man. And you want to fucking tell us to just embrace and love every single Jake one? Get the fuck out of here. You other camps are through, man. Get you a black one. Let them niggas get them raunchy, wicked ass black woman, man. All right. This is Romans 9 and 6. It says, not as though the word of Yahweh has taken none effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel. Exactly. They ain't all Israel. All right. A lot of Jakes ain't our people, man. Not all skin folk is kinfolk, man. You got to understand that. If you ain't been tapped into that spirit, you're going to get fucking fooled, man. You're going to get fooled by Jake. Isaiah 30:9. They'll fuck your woman, man. They'll claim to be your brother. They'll drink with you. Wait till your ass go to sleep and then pop that fucking hoe, man. Okay? You think we want to be around? Take your ass to the fucking hood. The closest thing I get to the hood is under a car. Isaiah 30:9, it says that this is a rebellious people, lying children, always fucking lying. They lie so much you should call them lazy. Lying children that will not hear the law of Yahweh Bashmel Shai, which say to the seer, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. Well, you could take your deceitful ass down the fucking block with that. We ain't about to lie for your ass to feel comfortable with your demons. That's the problem. Jake wants us to lie so they can lie with their demons. Well, your ass gonna lie in the street of the great city when that destruction comes, man. Okay, because we've been risen up. Ain't no more of this nigga code, man. All right, any Jake out here trying to push some nigga code against the truth or lie, the Lord's gonna out you, man. Okay, because Jake be doing that. Jake tries to bring in this nigga gang code into the truth, like the men of the Lord are going to be like, Khan, we could do it. Nah, man. If the shit is wicked, we going to call it out, man. Okay? I've had shit in the past where I've had a out shit because you had some niggas in the midst. I ain't about to go down with you. And guess what? My honesty spared me. All right? So let's go to this. This is Amos 9:10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. Why you gonna waste your time on somebody getting ready to die? Why you gonna waste your time on somebody else born in vain? Which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. That's why niggas are lying dancing right now. You got Eve right now sewing some fucking Elamite woman's hair to their scalp, ready to open her legs to ruin another nigga's life for 18 fucking years, You got Jake's right now looking what kind of belt that they could wear to match their shoelaces so they can go out and commit fucking adultery and wake up with psoriasis on their liver. Fuck out of here. I want out of Babylon. 3 things I hate: Edomites, niggas, and this flesh, man. And I'm about to get on this flesh too. See, this is their problem. Ain't nothing gonna happen to us. They better not come to Chicago. But we got switches. Light those stupid fucking niggas up. Please bring that sword down on those fucking niggas, man. And them niggas. And then they're just going to raise up babies to be big niggas, man. They got little niggas and big niggas. It's got to stop. And let me back myself up before someone tries to say something. Little niggas turn into big niggas, man, and it's all a problem. Look, Sirach 16:1, desire not a multitude of unprofitable children. All niggas do is create unprofitable children, man. Neither delight in ungodly sons and daughters. Though they multiply, rejoice not in them, except the fear of the Lord be with them. Exactly. If the fear of the Lord ain't in them, hey, we don't want them. Okay. And if you got a problem with it, the Lord ain't dealing with your ass either. You got too many emotional ass black only Israelites that the Lord is going to wipe you off the fucking map, man. All right. I hate that black only spirit. All right. That shit is evil and it's carnal. That means you accept a chocolate dipped Edomite too, huh? Zechariah 13:8, when Esau goes down, Jacob goes down. Jacob as in the 2/3 of Jacob. Zechariah, because it says it'll be Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So there's going to be a distinction between Jacob, all right, separating the sheep from the goat, separating the wheat from the tare. So you're going to have a great separation take place, and the Lord is going to pull us away from niggas and niggettes, man. That's going to be a beautiful, glorious thing. All right, we ain't got to smell no fucking Afro sheen, you know. Zechariah 13:8, and it shall come to pass in all the land of Babylon, saith Yahweh Shemel Shai, 2 parts, 2/3 therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And we're going to get what? Pulled through the fire. And when we get pulled through that fire is when we're going to be pulled from this wicked, wretched, disgusting flesh. And I will bring the third part through the fire and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, Yahweh Shemel Shai, and I will hear them. And I will say, it is my people. And they shall say, Yahweh Shemel Shai is my power. Yahweh Shemel Shai is my Allah. Allah means power. All right. Power. Okay. So we're going to get pulled through the midst of the destruction that's here to destroy Babylon, Edom, and 2/3. And then that's where we'll be changed in the twinkling of an eye. And we'll be changed and taken from this. Romans 7:18. It says, for I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing, for to will it present with me, but how to perform that which is good I find not. See? For the good that the flesh, it says there's no good deed in this flesh. So all these weirdos and IUIC pushing the law over the Lord, but you're still in sinful flesh. You're still in filthy rags. So you're just covering up filthy rags with a so-called clean garment. That's why Yahweh Shai said outwardly is a whited sepulchre, but inwardly is dead man bones. We got to be separated from this flesh, man. It says, for the good that I would, I do not, but the evil which I would not, that I do. And it pisses you off. This flesh should piss you off. I get so fucking annoyed with this flesh. The flesh wants to be a Gentile. The flesh wants to be a nigga. The flesh wants to be a 2/3. All right. This is why the Spirit's been pushing for brothers to tell us to purge, man. You know, where there's certain things that may be lawful, but it ain't expedient. So you got to purge that shit. Okay. So there's a lot of things that we've been given the ability to hate because we see that it's evil. It's evil. All right. It says, now if I do that, I would not. It is no more that I do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. And we hate that shit. Okay. We hate this flesh. Hate. All right. Galatians 5:16. This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. So the flesh will lust. It's got its own lust. It's got its own endeavors. It's got its own thoughts. It's got its own desires. And you gotta refrain from that shit, man. For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit. The flesh don't want to do a lesson. And the Spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to another, the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. But if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law. See? Look, now the works of the flesh are manifest. This is 2/3 activity. This is Edomite heathen activity. Which are these? Adultery. That's okay in Babylon. Fornication. That's okay in Babylon. Uncleanness. That's okay in Babylon. Lasciviousness. That's okay with Esau, 2/3 in Babylon. Idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulation, wrath, strife, sedition, and heresies. This is all Babylon. This is all 2/3 activity. Envyings, murders, drunkenness, reveling. Yep. Drinking, having sex, adultery, popping, binging, and such like, of which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh. Exactly, man. Okay, this place wants you to be a loser. It wants you to be a stereotypical nigga, man. That should piss you off. They ain't rooting for us, man. Okay, this is why the scriptures say that angels rejoice at one sinner that repenteth. All right, Romans 8:6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace, because the carnal mind is enmity against Yahweh, for it is not subject to the law of Yahweh, neither indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please Yahweh. But ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit, if so be that the spirit of Yahweh dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the spirit of Hamashiach, he is none of his. And we don't want that. Okay, we don't want that at all. Now, let me end it off on 1 Corinthians 15 and 50, 51-ish. Let's see. 1 Corinthians 15, all tying in, because Esau's going down, 2/3 are going down, and we're going up. All right? Fuck these people, man. Give a shit about them. Fucking save black people. Motherfuck black people. This is only about the elect. Okay? This is only about the elect. Fuck Esau too, and you heathens. Ain't no salvation for you people, man. And Shalak Mashapayim, anybody trying to save which can't be saved. You fucking running in vain. Let me see real quick. Twinkling of an eye. Yeah, here we go. Yep. 1 Corinthians 15 and 50. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of Yahweh, neither does corruption inherit incorruption. Behold, I shew you a mystery. We shall not all sleep. We shall not all die, but we shall all be changed in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, the destruction of Edom, the destruction of Babylon, the destruction of 2/3, Zechariah 13, 2 parts therein. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruption must put on incorruption, and this mortal put on immortality. Okay, so when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. But thanks to Yahweh, which giveth us the victory through our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain. There you go, man. Okay, so I pray that this lesson was edifying. Okay, there be 3 things that I hate. Number 1 is Esau. Number 2 is niggas, 2/3, and number 3 is this stank ass flesh. And this is all about to be vanquished. All 3 of them are going down. So continue to remain next to Yahweh B'Shem Shai and keep that faith muscle strong. Keep that hate muscle strong. Okay, and keep that prayer muscle flexing. Okay, because hey, we're in a time of wickedness is about to be judged, man. Their joy is about to turn into pain, and our mourning is about to turn into laughter. All right, so I pray that this lesson was edifying. I want to say, call halal, Abanawa Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to my elders, bishops, and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, shalom.